Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Chodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. That's what these lessons are for. All right, brothers. I have queued up here on the left of the screen the U.S. National Debt Clock. Okay, and it's from usdebtclock.org. Now, you can see to the far left here, because there's a lot of stuff going on this page. America, is pretty much running up a tab that they're never going to be able to pay. They're never going to be able to settle this debt. So they've ran up a national debt of 31 trillion 254 billion 261 million and counting. And by the time I finish this video, more than likely they're gonna put another couple of million on there. Okay, so what is this called, man? All right, in the scriptures, Habakkuk 2:6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him? Who are they going to taunt? They're going to taunt America. They're going to taunt the so-called white race, man. Because at one time, when America was in its zenith, when America was at its pinnacle, I want to say, you had the Roaring 20s. You had, like the apostles always bring out the Leave it to Beavis era. All right, you had Happy Days. Those were shows that are like representing the golden age of America. You know what I'm saying? But now America is falling. These other nations are going to take up a parable against this place, man. Against this man that's ruling up over this place, who's a so-called white man. Okay? Hey, Shalom Makim, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Barakathum. Okay? Yeah, man. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And how did the so-called white man acquired, all the riches that he obtained, man? How did he acquire it? It was all gotten through ill-gotten gain. When you go into the book of Micah, it tells you how you covet fields and take them by violence. Okay? And houses and take them away. All right? So this is a great merchant city. Okay? And they do business all around the world, trade and whatnot with all nations. America is in bed, with all these different nations. That's why it's known as a whore. Okay? Because what does a whore do? A whore sleeps around with all different kind of men. Okay? Which is what America is doing essentially with the other nations, man. It says, how long? And to him that ladeneth himself with thick clay. All right. Now that thick clay is going into the debts, okay, of America. You have U.S. national debt over here. You got the U.S. federal tax revenue. All right, but one's never gonna match the other, and they building up all kind of debt all over the place, man. Okay. Now we know this word thick clay from the Hebrew ibat which I'm just going to get it. Okay. This is the Hebrew ibat. All right. It says weight of pledges, heavy debts. That's America, man. All right. This place has ramped up a tab that it cannot pay. All right. I see the brothers flooding in with precepts. Come, brother. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him. Lord will. You know what I'm saying? Once I get into the groove in the spirit, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna hit them precepts, man. So this place is getting ready to go down like the ancient merchant cities went down, man. Now, Populous know, okay, is mentioned here in the scriptures in the book of Nahum 3 and 8, which I'll read it. It reads, Art thou better than Populous know, that was situate among the rivers, that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was from the sea? So this is the prophet Nahum, and he's speaking up against the bloody city, which it was really talking about. See what it say? Nineveh's complete ruin. You see what I'm saying? So Nineveh was a great standing city, and as you read it, which Nineveh is modern day America. Okay, so is Populous known, so is Maktesh, so is ancient Egypt. America is pretty much a conglomerate of wicked nations all put together in one. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So it says, Art thou better than Populous? No. So what Nahum was saying pretty much about Nineveh, he's saying, listen, didn't you see how Populous no went down? What you think? You gonna continue to thrive, you know, continuing in this wickedness and still thrive? No, you gonna go down too. And eventually Nineveh did fall. Okay? But dealing with Populous no, let's uh let's see what it says here for Populous no. Okay, let's go to Populous. Ammon. Uh you see what it says down here? An Egyptian god. It says originally the local god of Thebes. All right. So Thebes, the ancient city of Thebes, was Populous known. So when you look up Thebes, which is all different kind of information out there on Thebes, it says Thebes, known to the ancient Egyptians as Waset, was an ancient Egyptian city located along the Nile. It says about 800 kilometers south of the Mediterranean. Its ruins lie within the modern Egyptian city of Luxor. Thebes was the main city of the four Upper Egyptian Nilm, and was the capital of Egypt for long periods during the Middle Kingdom and New Kingdom eras. It was close to Nubia. All right, you got these jakes running around calling themselves Nubians. You ain't no Nubian. All right, a Nubian is a goddamn Hamite. It says, and the western deserts. What it says here, with its valuable mineral resources and trade routes, it was a cult center and the most vibrant city during many periods of ancient Egyptian history. It says the site of Thebes includes areas on both the eastern bank of the Nile, where the temples of uh, Karnak and Luxor stand, which those are idols, and where the city was situated, and the western bank, where a necropolis, which a necropolis is pretty much like a city's ruins. Okay, it says of large private and royal ceremonies and funerales complexes Salakia can be found. In 1979, the ruins of ancient Thebes were classified by UNESCO, it's an acronym for something, as a World Heritage Site. Okay, so it just goes to show you that these ancient, you know, these ancient trade nations, or I should say, these ancient, cities that dealt with trade, is in comparison to America. Hey, because when you look this up, list of countries by container port traffic, and who's number two up there? All right. America is right up there. Okay. It's number two. You see, oh, well, what about China? China got 1 billion people, man. Okay. They gotta bring all kind of stuff up in there. All right. You see what I'm saying? But America is up there. All right. So it's heavy into trade, man. It's doing business with all these different nations, man. You know, brother GMS judgment is here. Put a precept in there, Sirach 10 and 8, Ecclesiasticus. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to the other. And that's right, man. Because we living in a time of when this place is getting ready to fall. You know, this place is getting ready to fall, man. You know, just like these ancient cities fell, man, America's gonna fall. You see? Now, Zephaniah 1 and 11. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh. All right. America is also Maktesh. It says, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. Okay. Now, when you go into Maktesh, it's from the Hebrew Makatash, and it means a mortar. Okay. So when you look up Maktesh here, right? Pretty much you find out it was a merchant city of the Phoenicians. All right. It says here Maktesh, from the Hebrew, of course, Makatash, a mortar, uh, where it says a place in or near Jerusalem mentioned as inhabited apparently by silver merchants. Okay. Then as you jump down, it'll go into something here about the Phoenicians. But either way, you can look it up on the Phoenician quarter. So it was a great merchant city. All right. You see what I'm saying? Now look up a little bit about the Phoenicians, who our forefathers actually did business with these people, man. Hiram, Hiram Abiff was actually a Phoenician. Okay, his mother was a woman of the tribe of Naphtali, but his father was of Tyre, and David did business with him, and of course Solomon did a lot of business with him. Okay, so it says Phoenicia was an ancient civilization composed of independent city states located along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, stretching through what is now Syria, Lebanon, and northern Israel. The Phoenicians were a great maritime people. Did not Solomon uh, set this guy up, Hiram, to come over here to the Americas and to gather certain, you know what I'm saying, supplies, gold and algum trees, which an algum tree is actually a cedar tree. Okay. It says, known for their mighty ships adorned with horses' heads in the honor of their god of the sea. You know, it goes into their madness. It says, the island city of Tyre. Tyrus is the same thing. And the city of Zidon were the most powerful states in Phoenicia with Gibal, and it goes into, you know, some other madness, so on and so forth. Then it tells you down here about some of the skills that they had. You know, it tells you about how they dealt with glass making, shipbuilding, you know, the production of dyes. That's why you could hear about Tyrrhenian purple. That was something that they got from, you know, snails. They got that from this certain snail. They would use the dye and dye garments and whatnot, man. So these people did a lot of trade. Okay. in comparison to America. America does a lot of trade, with all nations upon the earth. Okay, so lament over Tyre. Now, going back to the time of these prophets, they were actually prophesizing a lot of them against those actual places, but now it has, you know, a twofold meaning going into America because all these ancient places, America has taken on their likeness, man. And America is going to suffer even more or worse fate. All right. This is Ezekiel 27 and 1. And I'll read down some. It says, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, came again unto me, saying, now, thou son of man, take up a lamentation for Tyrus. All right. Which was a merchant city. We just read about it. The Phoenicians, ruled up over this city. It says, and say unto Tyrus, O thou that art situate at the entry of the sea, which art a merchant of the people for many isles. Thus saith the Lord power, O Tyrus, thou hast said, I am of perfect beauty. Okay, why? Because they were making all kind of money. Okay, all kind of shekels. That's the same attitude that America has. Okay, scriptures tell you. Actually, when you jump forward, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to jump forward to the 28th chapter. All right, because this is going right into America. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up. What does that mean? That pride. Okay. And thou hast said, I am a God. That's a so-called white man. Okay. They're saying that they are gods now. Okay. Why are they saying that? Because the Lord allowed you to do stem cell research and here it is. You can do triple bypass heart surgeries and things of that nature. Splicing genes and things like that, gene modification. You can do things like that. Why? Because the Heavenly Father allowed you to do that to build that pride up in you, man. So you are lifted up. Your heart is lifted up, man. It says, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the isles. Right, because America does that trade, that traffic with all nations, man. Yet thou art a man and not the Most High. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of a God or the heart of the Most High. You devils really think that you some kind of, power, man. You're not a celestial power, man. In fact, you a base man. Okay? It says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. So the Heavenly Father gave them, different technology, different forms of wisdom, of course, on the left-hand side, so he could build them up in the state of pride that they're in right now, man. That's the reason why they're so proud, that they actually think they have a chance, to defeat the Creator. You see, when the Lord returns, they actually think they have a chance, to defeat Yahweh Shai when he gets back here, man. That's why the Star Wars program, came out, because these devils, they're steadily watching what's going on in outer space, and they know what time it is, man. They know they living in the time of their visitation. All right? And they're going to actually try to fight against the Lord. So it says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. Daniel is like one of the wisest prophets, man. Okay? He could tell you your own dream. Now here it is, the so-called white man done trump Daniel for wisdom. Okay? So his heart is definitely lifted up. It says, there is no secret that they can hide from thee. with thy wisdom and with thy understanding, which is on the left hand side, thou hast gotten thee riches. Right. Through your traffic, through your military going to foreign nations, rape, robbing, and plundering, like it tells you in the book of Micah, that you covet fields and take them by violence, and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. That's what the elites have. They have, you know, bricks upon bricks of bullion, gold bullion, silver bullion. Okay, those golden bars, man. Those silver bars and whatnot, man. It says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic. Okay, this is that great merchant city. Hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. You see, the Heavenly Father know how to puff a motherfucker up, man. When the Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying, pop you, you're going to deflate. Really, what's going to happen, the Heavenly Father is going to send nuclear missiles on this place and burn it up, man. All right? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Right, because the Heavenly Father is really the only one that can really, speak, so-called proudly, Scripture say, why is earth and ashes proud, man? Man is not supposed to be proud, man. Man will be here 1 minute and gone the next. So pride is not, for man. Okay. But the so-called white man, the Heavenly Father puffed him up so much, he believed that, that he is a God. So the Heavenly Father going to have to show him, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. It says, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas, which eventually is what's going to happen, man, when these nuclear missiles are sent over here to burn this place up, man. Okay? That's what you got to understand, man, that America is getting ready to go down. And this right here, man, Revelation, the 18th chapter, reading down, goes all into it, man. Revelation 18:9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. Yeah, see these other nations, what they do, they send their merchandise over here, and America, they sell it off. I was just in Macy's the other day. What is Macy's known as? The biggest store in the world. Okay. And at one particular time, we were actually speaking across the street from Macy's. You see what I'm saying? 34th and 7th. It's known as the biggest store in the world. All right. So this is definitely that merchant city, man. That great merchant city. Okay. Just like Populous Noah was, just like Maktesh, just like Tyre. Okay. America, Babylon the Great. All right. It says, and the kings of the earth which have committed fornication. How have they committed fornication? Because they've taken on that American philosophy. All right. You see what I'm saying? They've taken on the American philosophy, man. All right. And live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Yeah, because these other nations, if it wasn't for America, they wouldn't be rich the way they are. Okay. So what they're going to do when America is destroyed, they're going to lament because they're not going to have anywhere to sell their foreign vehicles and their technology, as they once did. Okay, it's everything from America. Everything, I got in my apartment. You know what I'm saying? With a flat screen TV, computers, so on and so forth. It's all from overseas, man. Made in China. Clothing I have made in India. Made in different parts of the world, man. So this is that great merchant city. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So this is what's going to happen, man. This city is going down, this merchant city is going down even more dreadful than the ancient merchant cities, man. Okay? Uh it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. That's right. It says the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and of all thine wood and of all manner vessels of ivory and of all manner vessels of precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. So this is the type of stuff that you would go to, whether or not you want to get you a nice bedroom set or something like that. You go down there looking seeking out some of the best stuff. You would find a bedroom set made of a certain kind of precious wood, you know, something made of cedar wood, or what I'm saying, made of that walnut. You know what I'm saying? If you want certain kind of vessels to drink from, you go and find that, man. You go get certain jewelries and whatnot. You know what I mean? It says, in cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. So that's all found here in America. All right. You see what I'm saying? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. So that's going to happen to America in the future, man, and in the near future. Okay. It says, the merchant of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Yeah, man, they're gonna be mad as hell that they're not gonna be able to sell their foreign goods no more to make profit. Okay, how it works is this. They'll say, look, we got a surplus of goods. We want to sell over there. We'll sell it to you for a flat rate. You buy it in bulk. We'll sell it to you, and then, whenever the profits come back, we'll split it up. You see what I'm saying? And that's how the business is done. It says, saying, Alas, alas, that great city. So this is speaking in past tense. So it's not a question to is America going to be destroyed? The thing is when. Okay? And it's getting ready to happen real soon, man. It says, that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Right. Because America was once known as a land whose streets are paved with gold, and it's a very rich land, and so on and so forth, man. Okay. But now the truth is really coming out about this place. This place is full of all manners of witchcrafts. All right. All manners of robbery, murders, That's what goes on in America, man. This is not a so-called God-fearing nation that obtain riches, through hard work, so on and so forth. No, this is riches gotten through ill-gotten gain, plunder, robbery, thievery, treachery. All right, which the brother got, some precepts here. Let me go ahead and, you know, GMS. We got next, Mac. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. That's right. All right. It says, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have reaped treasures together for the last days. It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. And that's what the elites have done. Okay? The elites, the lesser illuminaries, they have done this, man. Okay? Guys like Warren Buffett and these lesser illuminaries, beginning with the elites, but also the lesser luminaries. It says, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. And that's what's been happening for so many years. Now here it is. The Lord is getting ready to give us, give us revenge upon our enemies, man. Where we at? It says, for in 1 hour so great riches come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships. Yeah, because in 1 hour, America is going to be completely destroyed, man. Okay? America is going to be completely destroyed in 1 hour. It says, in every shipmaster and all the company in ships. And how does all these different products get over here? They get over here on those cargo ships, man. All right? With those container ships, they get over here like that. So they're gonna stand afar off. All right. It says, and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? They're gonna be like, damn, well, how the hell, where else are we gonna be able to sell our stuff at, man? But guess what? At that point, that should be the last thing on your mind, even though you're gonna think it. That should be the last thing on your mind, because what you should be thinking about is the so-called UFOs in the skies that's getting ready to conquer. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Scriptures speak about how New Jerusalem came down from heaven. The elect are gonna be beamed up. They're gonna be beamed up, and when they get to a certain point, they're gonna be changed. And then when they come back down, you're going to see that change live and direct. A nation of, super men and super women, you know what I'm saying? Which our women, obviously, they ain't going to be, on the front lines, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be changed also, but the men are going to be doing the conquering, you know what I'm saying? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, of course, is going to be there with us, man. Scriptures tell you how he went forth conquering and to conquer. All right. Let me see what it says here. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches come to naught. Okay, I read that. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke. When they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. And in 1 hour is she made desolate. And them nuclear missiles are gonna make a speedy riddance to this place, man. All right? Those nukes, the Lord, man, the Lord said he has opened his armory. All right? The Lord said, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and created an instrument for his work. And that instrument for his work are those nuclear missiles, man. Those nukes are gonna do what they gotta do, man. They're gonna destroy this place. And let me say this too. Those of you people that ain't right, you know, y'all all gonna be destroyed. All right. Obviously, I'm not talking to the brothers, you brothers that, I'm saying, are in this thing that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, continue to hold on. Okay. But you may have a lot of family members out there that they ain't gonna make it. Okay. And just come to that reality, you know. Just come to that reality, man. Uh says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Uh, and they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. So what are we supposed to be doing, man? We're supposed to be praying to the Lord that this place gets destroyed, man. Because the sooner this place gets destroyed is the sooner, we gonna sit on thrones, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you brothers want to sit on thrones again. Okay? Because we once, were in that godly state, man. And we gonna get it back. It says, rejoice over her, thou heavens. So the spirits in the heavens, the righteous spirits in the heavens. It says, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High has avenged you on her. Man, all this place has ever given our people is hell, man. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, which is symbolic of a nuclear missile, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence that great city Babylon, America, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So there's not going to be a necropolis of America. You're not going to say, oh, we're not going to be walking around in the kingdom of heaven and all of a sudden, on the other side of the world, there's a necropolis of ancient Babylon. I mean, modern day Babylon. You see what I'm saying? Well, I suppose at that time it'd be ancient any damn way, right? You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be no ruins. This place is going to be made a fucking desert, man. All right? Reading on. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. That's right. Yeah, because there's not going to be any mirth for this place, man. It says, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone, which is work, shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. So the Heavenly Father is getting ready to put the lights out on this place. It says, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, which is talking about the prophets being out there on the highways and byways teaching the word, man. You know what I'm saying? This is our last lifetime of prophesizing, going out there on the highways and byways, man. This is our last lifetime for that, man. This is the generation in which the Lord has chosen, you know what I'm saying, to destroy this land and to deliver his elect, man. Okay? It says, For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. So America, man, is going down in a devastating fashion, man. Okay, America is going down in a devastating fashion, man. And Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna have it so. So just like you know, these ancient merchant cities went down, America's going down in the same way. All right. Now here it is. You know, you had the whole thing in Uganda where they found all kind of, what was it, 12 trillion dollars worth of gold. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. I believe the president of Uganda or something like that. If I remember correctly, I was reading an article. He took. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. I believe a uh he took a let me see. Just bear with me one moment. I'm gonna pull it right up. So check this out. It says gold worth over US 12 trillion discovery in Uganda. It says the African continent has been known for its rich soil, being blessed with bountiful natural resources. In fact, just recently, the president of Uganda announced that approximately 31 million tons of gold ores with an extractable pure gold estimated to gross 322,000 tons was discovered. It says, according to the Uganda media reports, President Yoweri Museveni broke news of the find in his State of the Nation address on June 7, 2022, but only provided little detail. However, he did point out that the discovery will fetch the country more than 12 trillion. It was reported that uh, in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Department, Mr. Mugabe noted had informed cabinet that the country was positioned to get slightly under 700 million in royalty payments, with the investment posed to cash in on a windfall. So they ended up getting 700 million on a discovery of gold that was worth 12 trillion. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no goddamn sense, man. So, this man, he's around the world, and we knew once we knew they found that goddamn gold, man, we knew the so-called white man was going to get in there some way, somehow, and swindle it up out of them Africans. You see what I'm saying? Man, that's why this place is getting ready to go down with that violence, man. Hey, man, Lord will, this lesson was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, and to you brothers on the comment board. Lord will, I'll be back at you with another one. Shalom, Makim.